This is a lecture from Open Tuition. To benefit from the lecture, you should download the free lecture notes from opentuition.com.
So let's have a look at an example that covers our non-current assets held for sale on the statement of financial position. And the focus at the moment is on a single item of PPE and also on the cost model. So what do we have? The question wants us to prepare the extract from the financial statement. So again, when you're looking at the financial statement, we're looking at the SFP and the statement of profit or loss. And here the question is looking at a year end, a reporting date of the 31st of December 20x4. So what have we got? Well, it says York bought an asset at a cost of 120,000 on the 1st of January x1. So we're looking at, what is that, x1, 2, 3, 4 years since that asset was bought. It's depreciated straight line over 10 years. The residual value is nil, which makes life a bit easier, and depreciation is charged pro rata on a monthly basis. So what you've got there is that the depreciation per annum is the 120,000 divided by 10. Is that 12,000 per annum? And if it's on a monthly basis, I suppose that's $1,000 per month, isn't it? What else are we told? Well, we're told that on the 30th of November, so the very end of November, a month prior to the reporting date, York classified the asset as a non-current asset held for sale in accordance with the rules of IFRS 5. Discontinued operations and non-current assets held for sale. Okay, so it's a non-current asset held for sale. So if that's the case, we transfer it at the lower of the carrying value and the fair value less cost to sell. And also as well, we would no longer depreciate it, but we will depreciate it for the year up to the 30th of November 20x4. So if we're looking at the carrying value at the 30th of November x4, x4 from the 1st of Jan x1 to the 30th of November x4, is that equivalent to 3 years? And 11 months, x1, 2, 3, so 3 full years, and then 11 months of that current year. So what have we got? So is that 120,000 being the cost? 3 lots of 12 is 36,000, so that's your 3 years, less 11,000, which is the 11 months. So my carrying value, 120 less, is it 47? I'm sure you'll correct me all if I'm wrong. I think I'm right. The carrying value at the date of transfer is 73,000. We need to look at the fair value less costs to sell. So we must get that from the question. What have we got? It tells us the fair value of the asset was 70, cost to sell were 2,000, and the asset has not been sold by the reporting date, because if it had been sold, it would be gone, wouldn't it? So what do we have? Fair value less cost to sell. The fair value was 70. The cost to sell were 2,000. That gives me 68,000, which is the lower, isn't it? So what we've got there effectively now is that we're going to show 68,000 as a non-current asset held for sale at 68,000. it will be transferred from the 73,000 down to 68,000. So what you've got there is a reduction in value of 5,000. So the impairment that you have is the 5,000, the 73 less the 68. Simple. Maybe not. Yeah, tricky when you're under the exam condition, particularly having to count on your fingers. It goes all wrong, doesn't it? Years, months. Oh, jeez. I've made some cracking mistakes in my time. So what we need to do now is we need to look at the figures on the SFP. We need to look at what appears in the statement of profit or loss. So on the SFP, within my current assets, I have a non-current asset held for sale. What was that amount at? It was at the lower of the carrying value and the fair value less cost to sell. So that is 68,000. And then in the statement of profit or loss, we have depreciation and your impairment. Don't forget the depreciation. Everybody always forgets the depreciation. That's 11,000. So for those 11 months from January X4 to the end of November X4, and the impairment was there at 5,000, wasn't it? There we go. Excellent. That answers the question. If you so wish, if we were to work out the profit or loss on disposal, so effectively that will be sometime, I presume, in X5, or you would do that is that you would take the proceeds and you would deduct the amount that is held as a non-current asset held for sale, which is the 68,000. There we go. Excellent. I think that the challenging bit within there is just being able to do the depreciation calculation, which effectively is something you've done many times before. So have a practice at a few questions. I think you'll then grow to like the non-current asset held for sale element of IFRS 5, and then just move on to the scenarios whereby the asset might be land and buildings and held under the revaluation model, in which case what you would do is you would take that carrying value and you would revalue it to fair value immediately. Okay, brilliant. So that's non-current assets held for sale done. Let's move on to discontinued operation in the series of the next videos. I'll see you all then. Bye for now.